I've come to realize that Conspit has a very different definition of budget. Usually, a budgeted product implies there have been some corner cutting to keep the value proposition in check. There isn't any. Are they using the right dictionary? This is 310 Apex. It is essentially a button box with interchangeable rims priced at $349 excluding shipping and taxes, but will include either prong style or energy style quick release. In classic fashion, we'll dive into these specifications later and first investigate what corners have been cut. I'll be making a separate video on this quick release as the findings have been interesting. The hub uses a 3-point rim mounting system similar to Asetek La Prima and Forte hub. I've been told that additional rims will be provided in the future to further increase its versatility. Now that the 310mm rim is removed, I should call it Apex rather than 310 Apex. Anyways, once the rim is removed, this is what you'll be looking at. In the process of removing the back panel, I noticed that the PCB is mounted to the front. Typically, it is mounted on the back. Only logical reason I could find for not mounting the PCB in the back is stress and tolerance distribution. The back plate is already taking all of the stress from quick release, rim and base. Adding the PCB here would create additional stress concentration on one component. And speaking of component, this aluminum alloy is ADC12, which is A, used in railway, aeronautics, armory, automotive and many other industries, B, 5 to 8 times stronger than ABS, and C, absolutely overkill for the price range and application. Even though ADC12 could absolutely take the additional load, separating high stress areas from sensitive electronics is still smart engineering. It reduces vibration transmission to components and follows good design principles. Moving along, undoing the PCB from the front reveals a similar hefty die-cast aluminum plate. Nice. The back plate measures 2 to 3 millimeters in thickness depending on the point of measurement and weighs 389 grams with all 4 shifters and the tiny PCB. Front plate measures 2 to 2.5 millimeters in thickness depending on the point of measurement and weighs 166 grams. Together, these two pieces will handle the stress no problem. Also, since it follows a 3-point rim mounting solution instead of 70mm PCD, the front is absolutely clean. No nuts, no butts, no coconuts. To some, lack of 70mm mounting pattern could be a deal breaker, but to me, it's really not. I'm not much of a rim swapper, but your mileage may vary. Moving on to the PCB, I'm quite sure that this is the exact display that's present on 300GT and HAO hub. Other stuff looks pretty familiar too. The encoders, buttons, knob, STM32 processor, foam to prevent the light bleed. All in all, pretty solid in here. Now that I have successfully wiped my bottom with the warranty, let's put it back together and start the video. I have been using this rim for the past 2 weeks, majority of the time for trucking and rallying, and have had no issues. No sound of button rattling or any creaks. It has stayed silent even when using at higher torque levels. The display isn't SimHub compatible, but the button lighting is. Encoder remap is also available for you to fiddle around with multiple settings. I have mine set to brake bias and engine map on position 1, seat back and forth on position 2, force feedback and field of view on position 3 and so on. You can add up to 24 functions at 12 position without needing more buttons on the wheel. Speaking of buttons, knobs and funky switches are shared from other products. So if you have experienced a Conspit product before, all of this will feel pretty familiar. The knobs being used here are good, but I feel like the ones provided in the early version of 300GT were better. They don't affect the rotational resistance by any means, but it looks better compared to this one. If Conspit could add this as a customizable option, it would be great. The shifter paddles are quiet because these silicone dampeners come pre-attached to it. Its presence also decreases the maximum travel slightly, but it's practically unnoticeable. Removing the dampeners will make the shifting quite loud. I tried it, didn't like the sound they made, so put it back. Out of the box, the shift resistance is okay. Extra magnets are provided in case you prefer stronger resistance. Clutch paddle has a nice and long travel and decent resistance. The rim's material is synthetic leather and is very soft. Not as soft as their RX 320, but it is close and one of the softest materials I've encountered. It doesn't have stitches around the thumb area, so irritation on thumbs can be ruled out safely. Though I do feel like slightly extra padding here would have been even better, but again, this is subjective. The only issue I had to face was getting used to this smaller diameter as I daily a 330mm rim. After taking a proper look at it, I don't think this is a budget product in traditional sense. It is Conspit's budget tier, but their definition clearly means something else from the rest of the market. Are they using the right dictionary? Probably not. But in all honesty, that is exactly what the sim racing community needs. At $349, they have essentially subsidized premium engineering to hit an accessible price point. And 310 Apex is just the beginning. Because this is CPP Apex. It has hydraulic brake as standard. But this is for another video. I've been the Nap Man and may the downforce be with you.